Welcome back to the Eli and Luis show.
Special edition, honestly.
Special edition, yeah, this is definitely different, man. We are here today with our special guest, Mr. Jeff Lowzik. And Jeff, I'm going to let you introduce yourself real quick, but just for the overall, we are here with someone who has experienced some real interesting kind of nooks and crannies of hardcore wrestling and
exciting as
a really interesting time in this whole wrestling history that you kind of got to have a bit of a front row seat to. So kind of introduce yourself to the people and what your kind of background in the world of wrestling is.
Hi, well, my name is Jeff Lowzik. I got a chance to experience got a unique time, the Attitude Era of professional wrestling, when I was your ages. So I felt like this was my chance to become a professional wrestler. I have grew up in the golden age of professional wrestling with Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Piper and all that kind of fun stuff. So when I got hit the age around my mid-20s, I thought, you know what, I'm going to live my damn dream. Mick Foley came out with his book. I read that book front and back. Got inspired that I could do that as a life. I could go out there and fight in Japan and fight in weird backyards and rip my ear off.
Wow.
And it was going to be like my life. I was excited for it. So I went to go become a professional wrestler. At the time, XPW was a promotion started locally. We're in Los Angeles, Southern California. Independent wrestling is a rare breed out here. We're not like the East Coast. So when I wanted to go East Coast ECW, I called them up. I can go out there and be part of their little thing, but you have to go live there, move there. 22 years old, not happening.
Broke, I'm guessing too.
Broke. Broke, my friend, broke. It's broke business. So XPW came to life out here in Los Angeles. So this is a wrestling company called generally designed to copy ECW.
Oh, okay.
So much like AEW, where Tony Khan, just lives and dies WWE, and then got a lot of money and built his own company. Mm-hmm. Robert Black, very interesting human being, did the same thing out here. He saw ECW, loved ECW, built it out here himself. He went and bought a wrestling ring from a small independent wrestling company, and then bought contracts for the 7 or 8 wrestlers that worked there, and then decided to build his own company. So after second show, I discovered they were running a wrestling school, joined the wrestling school, the XPW Asylum.
Oh,
shit.
First,
Actually,
the Asylum.
the first graduating class, and I think we're actually the only graduating class, really.
Wow.
That's pretty legendary.
As pro wrestling works. So yeah, with that, again, I inspired by ECW. That's would have been a dream to have been there, but I decided that XPW was going to be my pathway in there. Didn't exactly work out, as most professional wrestlers actually end up not exactly achieving that kind of lifestyle. But I got to experience a good 2 years of some of the most honest, amazing
I can imagine.
level professional wrestling. So they were, again, a professional company, had professional wrestlers working there, world famous professional wrestlers. I got to train with them, hang out with them, do ring crew, which is mostly what I mostly did, but it was a great experience.
So, I guess, just to clarify a bit for me and Luis and for the people watching, because this is so fascinating, what was like a general day-to-day, like what were the kinds of things they would have you doing? What were you actually involved with on the ground level?
So there's ring crew, which is basically where you would start out. So you build and set up the shows with the ring. So we get a truck, fill up the ring. The ring is huge, heavy, 100 pieces. We'd go to the event, put the ring together, set up all the stuff, make sure the wrestlers are coming in to where they're supposed to be at. So check talent. And then we'd also be part of the show as needed. Cleaning up the ring. I was the bell ringer, so I got to do.
Oh shit! That's awesome.
Timekeeper is the official.
Cool. Yeah.
The timekeeper of the show, so I sat ringside and ran away when they stole the table.
I was gonna say they gotta take some bumps sometimes.
Yeah, I took a bump or two. We got to do. Yeah, it was mostly ring crew, and then set the ring and take it apart. And but for training, we got to work out. So it was Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'd have like a 2-hour training. So our trainer, the late great Dynamite D, was our official trainer.
Okay.
Wonderful wonderful, fantastic professional wrestler. His gimmick there was Mr. 80s.
Okay.
So basically, his gimmick
That's
was he would
hilarious.
show up at the event dressed either some 80s gimmick for a wrestler, Ultimate Warrior, Brutus Beefcake, Hulk Hogan. He'd go out there and do a little shtick and then lose.
Wow. That's actually hilarious.
But it was a real big hit with the crowd. He got
Yeah.
over pretty good. He was our trainer. I think he died of shoulder cancer a few years back. So very sad. Wonderful human being. Wonderful human being. And then I also was trained by the rock star Joey Chaos.
Okay.
Kid Chaos. He currently runs Santino Brothers Wrestling, which is actually put out a lot of WWE wrestlers. If you look back there, Brody King of AEW came through there.
Okay.
Yeah, and they trained Ronda Rousey at certain points. They have
Okay.
a lot of professional wrestlers there. Along with him, Mongo is another wrestler that came in there and trains with them at Santino Brothers. If you want to break into the business now, that is the path to go to.
Nice.
Somewhere out there in Inland Empire, I think, or something like that. They very professional, very serious.
I can imagine.
Great
Wow.
style of wrestling. If you want to go and even just try it out, they have tryouts all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, wonderful. Also had his Uncle Supreme, the Deathmatch King. If you watch any of the XPW, then he was the main face of the program. He also passed away. Had a wonderful trainer though. Taught me a lot of the strong style of wrestling. So that kind of Japan style. That was his style. Really kind of
Hard hitting.
laying into someone without laying
Yeah.
into someone. I guess yes.
Them chest chops probably definitely were hurting.
Chops are the worst thing you'll
can
have to go through.
imagine.
Yes.
So that was actually a question I had later on, but fuck, we're here. Yeah, what is like the most worst bumps, just off the rip, like stuff that maybe because obviously everyone knows going through a table hurts, but like you said, a chop. Like, what are those things that are kind of routine in a match that genuinely fucking hurt?
The chop is the
one?
the overall worst.
Because there's no way to like not.
it. There's
Yeah,
no
you
way
just
to
have
make
to
it.
slap the shit out of someone.
Yeah.
So the magic of the chop, if you want some of the magic taken away from you,
Oh
as
shit.
you cup the hand a little bit like this,
Okay.
that's what makes that slap. And you come down on the meaty part of the chest and you slap
Wow.
down.
And that's what makes the
And
pop.
it makes a loud hush.
Okay.
And this is what you want. You want it to be this. You don't want it to be stiff. If you're
What?
stiff,
It's gonna fucking hurt.
being stiff is one of the worst things you can be as a
So then why does
professional
it leave these like massive? Is
I
that
know, I'm
intentional?
slapping you. I'm
Okay,
really slapping
okay,
you.
okay.
The magic of professional wrestling is that while it's not an actual, like you're not really hitting each
Yeah,
other,
yeah,
you're hitting each other.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And you're walking this fine line between
That's awesome.
really hitting each other and not really hitting each other.
Wow.
Again,
That's crazy.
you know, they say, it's not a sport, because it's not a sport, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a competition. It is a competition. It's not the competition like this is the way it was told to me. There's not a competition between like you and your opponent. It's not John Cena versus Randy Orton. It's not Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper. It is Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan versus the audience.
Okay.
Your job as a professional wrestler is to get the audience to be bought in.
Okay.
You were supposed to get the face over, the heel over. They're supposed to boo you if you're the heel and cheer the face. And that's your job to get people engaged. That's why when you see matches where people are not engaged,
That's the biggest.
that's the
Yeah.
failure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is already so
mean,
So
fascinating.
that's the general concept. So in regards to professional wrestling moves and what really hurts,
Yeah.
the chop is the worst. Mostly it's just everything. Actually, if you watch it, if you want to learn, everything's a face bump or a back bump. That's all you're generally doing. So either you're falling backwards
Or forward.
or forward, and
Okay.
it's on you to get hurt or not hurt. Really.
So what about like with chair shots? I've seen like sometimes other wrestlers kind of put their arm ahead of them.
Yeah.
But sometimes I see some wrestlers just take it head on. How is that?
Does it actually help?
Because it's a natural reaction, and you're trying to take away from it.
Yeah.
The chairs are supposed to not be so solid. So XPW in its grand scheme used real solid.
Oh fuck!
Chairs.
Jeez.
So if you watch WWE at those times and you see those folding chairs, you get over Mick Foley and that thing crumbles in half. They're not gimmick chairs, but they're
like
cheap.
thinner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheap.
Okay.
So we use real chairs. You know,
Jeez,
really
yeah.
dented with
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So a chair shot is impossibly rough. But you bend your head a little bit like this, and you just kind of like take it on your forehead.
Because you were taking head on. This was
Christ.
before like all the whole
Yeah.
CTE research and everything comes into play. You're taking straight head
Before
on
Chris
chair
Benoit,
shots.
yeah.
Like
Wow.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Holy
So you
shit, man.
you push your head a little.
Jesus.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to share your head a little
That
bit.
is nuts,
You
bro.
take it on the chrome part right here. This is the strongest part of your head.
Okay.
And you just just supposed
We've
to
gone
be
totally off the rails of what I had planned here, but now I'm curious. Have you ever gigged, bladed?
No, but I know everyone that
You've witnessed,
I've
of course.
it, and it's in doing it right and doing it wrong. Yes.
Is
So
it uncomfortable watching the wrestlers do it like with the razor blade in the back and you just see them going like carving their
So
Jesus, man.
one of the greater experiences I had was meeting New Jack.
Of course,
Everyone,
yes.
if you're familiar with New Jack, is
The
XPW legend.
Jesus.
The dude bleeds. He had a welt on the side of his head like a little volcano, and it just bled all the time. It's why he wears
What the hell?
that bandana almost. All just randomly just start dripping blood in the background.
Dude.
So gigging.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you generally I don't blow it, but I mean you guys are aware that you do it in the ring like this, so that you carry it and you're supposed to do it like that.
Or the referee hands it to you real quickly before a spot.
Yeah, in general you keep it yourself.
Okay.
So you keep it yourself in your that's why
tape or something, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And you just kind of go like the upper part of the brow, and you kind of go like that.
And so you said it can go wrong. How does that
You
happen?
don't know what you're doing. You slice it down.
And that causes
it,
a
Or it
worse...
doesn't make you bleed. So the point is to make you bleed. So you see people doing it a lot.
And they're just not getting... Oh, that's
so
rough,
bleeding.
yeah.
So
Not
it's
getting
supposed to
any
be
color.
the upper
That's
part,
tough.
and you're getting the color.
Yeah, that's the whole...
Why wrestlers have long hair or blonde hair.
Yeah.
Long hair is look like you're exploding when people punch
When we
you.
talk about this, the first image that like pops into my head is like old Ric Flair with the
Right.
crimson mask and the long hair
'Cause his
back.
long
Like that's
blonde
it's
hair,
iconic.
He looks like he's been murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
literally.
So when
iconic.
he bleeds, it is like, oh my God, what is going on? Because the whole point of bleeding is he's supposed to, oh my God, it's supposed to be a huge moment you're crossing in the line of your feud or your fight, and not just what you see maybe a lot. I mean, still today.
Not for a cheap pop.
Yeah, not for a cheap pop. Like I'm just bleeding. Like AEW is unfortunately very bad with this right now. But,
Yeah.
So just like to backtrack a little
sorry,
bit, it's like, so you just went into this whole promotion with no experience to wrestling prior, nothing like
I
that.
had no idea what they were other than they were a wrestling company.
Wow.
And they did a little spot on Entertainment Tonight where they're like, hey, so here, I'll explain better what XPW is. So Rob Black has money to run a professional wrestling company because he is a pornographer.
Yes. Yes. I've
That
heard
is
this in my
right.
research.
I heard a little bit of that.
He ran a pornography company
What?
off the 170 Van Nuys. And not a nice, not like Wicked, not like a clean, not Playboy, not nice, clean
Magazine,
pornography.
yeah.
Grudgy 1990s nasty porn.
That's crazy, dude.
His wife-
Jesus Christ.
His
man.
wife was his biggest star. And they did grubby porn. I don't know how to describe it other than it is not I don't
There's
know.
some stuff I want to ask you about later, so we could get into that in a bit. But yeah,
Sure.
Continue.
Yeah, so they had that promotion. He's able to have money for that promotion. So they got fame from that. So they got Entertainment Tonight. Did a little promotion on them about their uniting porn and pro wrestling together.
That is an interesting pitch.
So that was their pitch.
What the
So they did a
hell,
little
man?
news package on Entertainment Tonight. Well, oh wow, this is right here.
Okay.
I'm signing up.
Wow.
And when I signed up, with barely knowing anything about the company whatsoever, knew what I was getting into.
What about with wrestling? You didn't have like no type of like experience wrestling beforehand?
No, I played high school football.
So you're just an athlete, but
Yeah,
okay.
but-
So they just
Okay.
all athlete, young dude. Let's do it.
I was young. I was in about 30 pounds less, so I was a lot better shape.
Okay.
So I went in there thinking, you know what, I can do it. I could pull this off. Or at
You don't
least-
have
at
to
least
be
try.
humble. Jeff was shredded.
Yeah. So I tried to do that, and then went in there. Yeah. So their first day, it was in their office studios where the ring was. They set it up, left in there where the training was. So essentially, there was filming going on.
No.
Dude.
Yeah,
Fucking shot.
not making that up at all.
Holy
In another room.
shit.
So in and out.
Nah,
I was like, what
bro.
have I gotten
the
myself? What have I gotten myself into?
You're
Yeah.
literally walking in and there's literally just that other shit going on the side and
It
stuff.
happened more than more times I can count.
Holy
In
shit.
their offices, because they just
I mean, it's
done
just,
wherever.
it's
bam.
all.
That's
It's pre-internet. Really
that
internet
literally
porn.
sounds like
So,
a
yeah,
definition
so
of the
it's not-
90s.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So everything was taped out. So I mean, I got to see them.
Whoa.
Oh no.
So they had like a warehouse where a dude was making bondage equipment, like building
What?
it.
Holy shit.
I'm like, oh god.
And you're just-
God damn.
But I wanted to hit my goal, and I was ready to
Yeah.
sacrifice,
Yeah.
similar to what Mick Foley. I was going to hit my goal no matter what. I was going to go through this. I was
Wow.
going to sell it out.